Elara knew something was wrong the second she walked into the ballroom. The Buchanan mansion was packed. Businessmen, politicians, people who could destroy lives with one phone call. They were celebrating a merger. More money, more power. The Buchanans didn't need either, but they wanted both. Elara carried her tray through the crowd. Champagne glasses clinked. Laughter echoed off marble floors. No one looked at her. She was a ghost in a uniform. That's how it always was. She refilled glasses, smiled when she was supposed to, kept her head down. 8 years of this. 8 years of being nobody. Then Olivia Buchanan's voice cut through the noise. "Elara, come here." Elara's stomach dropped. She turned. Olivia stood near the center of the room, surrounded by guests. Blonde hair pulled tight. Designer dress. Cold eyes. Elara walked over. "Yes, Mrs. Buchanan." Olivia pointed at the floor, at the Persian rug under their feet. "You ruined it." Elara looked down. The rug was clean. "I don't see anything." "Are you saying I'm lying?" Olivia's voice got louder. Heads turned. Conversation stopped. The room went quiet. Everyone was watching now. "No, ma'am, I just—" "Clean it. Now." Heat rushed to Elara's face. She wanted to run. Wanted to scream. But she needed this job. Needed the money. Needed to survive. So she knelt. She pulled a cloth from her apron and started scrubbing nothing. Her hands shook. The guests whispered. Some laughed. Olivia stood over her like a queen watching a servant. Elara scrubbed harder. Her throat tightened. "Don't cry. Not here." Then she felt it. Eyes on her. Different from the others. She looked up. Across the room stood Nathaniel Buchanan, Olivia's husband. Tall, dark suit. Dark eyes locked on hers. He wasn't laughing. For a split second, something passed between them. Recognition. Maybe guilt. But then Olivia grabbed his arm. "Darling, come meet the investors." Nathaniel hesitated. His eyes stayed on Elara for one more second. Then he turned away. Elara went back to scrubbing the clean rug. The crowd lost interest. Conversation started again. Laughter returned. But Elara couldn't stop thinking about that look. That one moment where Nathaniel Buchanan actually saw her. She finished cleaning and stood up. Her knees ached. Her face burned with shame. Olivia had already moved on, already forgotten about her. Elara picked up her tray and walked toward the kitchen. Her hands wouldn't stop shaking. She pushed through the doors and set the tray down hard. Glass rattled. She gripped the counter and took a breath. 8 years of this. 8 years of being treated like dirt. She looked at her reflection in the polished steel of the industrial fridge. Tired eyes. Cheap uniform. Invisible. That's all she'd ever be to people like the Buchanans. But then she heard footsteps behind her. She turned. Nathaniel stood in the doorway. He closed the door behind him. "Elara," he said quietly, "I need to talk to you." Her heart stopped. Elara's heart pounded. Nathaniel Buchanan was standing in her kitchen. The door closed behind him. They were alone. "I saw what happened out there," he said. Elara stepped back. "I should get back to work." "Wait." His voice was soft. Almost apologetic? No. Rich people didn't apologize. Not to people like her. "Mrs. Buchanan needs me. My wife was wrong." The words hung in the air. Elara stared at him. Was this a trap? Some kind of test? Before either of them could say more, the door swung open. Olivia. Her eyes went from Nathaniel to Elara. Back to Nathaniel. "What's going on here?" "Nothing," Nathaniel said quickly. "I was just getting cozy with the help." Olivia's smile was sharp as a knife. "Olivia, don't." Don't what? She walked closer to Elara. Don't embarrass the poor girl? Too late for that. Elara kept her eyes down, heart racing, hands shaking. She made a mistake, Olivia continued, louder now, and mistakes have consequences. There was no stain, Nathaniel said. Olivia's head snapped toward him. Excuse me? The rug. It was clean. Silence. Olivia's jaw tightened. Her face went red. Are you defending her? I'm stating a fact. Wrong answer. Olivia turned back to Elara. Her eyes were ice. You, she said slowly. You think you can come into my home, flirt with my husband, and get away with it? I wasn't. Shut up. Olivia stepped so close Elara could smell her perfume. Expensive. Choking. You're nothing. You understand me? Nothing. You scrub my floors. You serve my guests. And you do it with a smile. Elara's nails dug into her palms. And if I ever catch you near my husband again? Olivia leaned in, voice dropping to a whisper only Elara could hear. I'll make sure you never work in this city again. Nathaniel reached for Olivia's arm. That's enough. She yanked away from him. Don't touch me. She stormed out of the kitchen, heels clicking like gunshots. Nathaniel stood there. He looked at Elara, opened his mouth. Don't, Elara said. Her voice cracked. Just don't. She grabbed her tray and pushed past him, back into the ballroom. The party was still going. Music, laughter, champagne. Nobody noticed her swollen eyes. Nobody cared. She moved through the crowd like a machine, pouring drinks, collecting empty glasses, smiling when she had to. But inside, she was breaking. Hours passed. The guests got drunker, louder. Elara's feet ached. Her back hurt. Her hands were raw from carrying heavy trays. Finally, the party started winding down. People left in expensive cars. The ballroom emptied. Elara began cleaning up, stacking glasses, wiping tables. That's when she heard it. A splash, then screaming. She dropped her tray and ran. Outside, toward the pool. People were shouting, pointing at the water. Elara pushed through the crowd and saw him, Luke Buchanan, Olivia and Nathaniel's 8-year-old son, drowning, his small body sinking under the water, arms flailing, mouth open in a silent scream. Nobody was moving. They were all just standing there, frozen, useless. Elara didn't think. She kicked off her shoes and dove in. Before we proceed, let's use 30 seconds and identify our amazing country name. Where are you watching this from? Drop your country in the comments below. We'd be glad to see your amazing country name, and luckily you might find your neighbor here. The water was freezing. Elara's uniform soaked through instantly, heavy, pulling her down. She didn't care. Luke was 10 feet below the surface, eyes wide, terrified. She kicked hard, reached for him. Her lungs screamed for air, but she pushed deeper. Her fingers caught his shirt. Got him. She pulled him up, broke the surface, gasped. Luke coughed, sputtered, clung to her like she was the only thing keeping him alive. Because she was. Elara dragged him to the edge. Hands grabbed Luke, pulled him out. Someone pulled Elara out too. She collapsed on the concrete, coughing, shaking. Luke was crying, but breathing, alive. Olivia appeared out of nowhere, dropped to her knees beside him. Luke, baby, are you okay? She held him tight, checked him over, didn't even look at Elara, not once. The guests crowded around, phones out, recording everything. That was insane. Did you see that? The maid saved him. Elara sat there, dripping, invisible again. Then Nathaniel pushed through the crowd. He looked at Luke first. Relief flooded his face. Then his eyes found Elara. He walked over, knelt beside her. "You saved my son." Elara nodded, too tired to speak. "You jumped in without hesitating." His voice cracked. "You could have drowned." "He was drowning," Elara said simply. Nathaniel stared at her, really stared, like he was seeing her for the first time. Not the housekeeper, not the servant, her. "Thank you," he whispered. Olivia's voice cut through the moment. "Nathaniel, help me get Luke inside." He hesitated, eyes still locked on Elara. "Nathaniel, now." He stood slowly, looked back at Elara one more time, then walked away. The crowd dispersed. The show was over. Elara sat alone by the pool, soaking wet, exhausted. A security guard walked over. "You should go change, get warm." She nodded, stood up. Her legs barely worked. She walked back inside, through the empty ballroom, down the hallway to the staff quarters. Her room was small, bare, just a bed and a dresser. She peeled off her wet uniform, changed into dry clothes, sat on the edge of her bed. Her hands were still shaking. She'd saved Luke Buchanan's life, and Olivia hadn't even said thank you. A knock on the door startled her. "Come in." The door opened. Nathaniel. He stood in the doorway, changed into casual clothes, hair still damp. "I needed to see if you were okay." "I'm fine." "You're not fine. You almost died." "But I didn't." He stepped inside, closed the door behind him. "Why did you do it?" Elara looked at him. "He's a kid. What was I supposed to do? Watch him drown?" Most people would have waited for someone else. Someone trained. There wasn't time. Nathaniel moved closer, sat in the chair across from her bed. "You're braver than anyone in that ballroom tonight." Elara didn't know what to say to that. "My wife." He trailed off, rubbed his face. "She should have thanked you. I'm sorry she didn't." "I don't need thanks." "Yes, you do." He looked at her. Really looked. "You deserve more than what you get in this house." The air between them felt heavy, charged. "I should go," Nathaniel said, but he didn't move. Neither did Elara. They just sat there, looking at each other. Then footsteps echoed in the hallway. Nathaniel stood quickly. "I'll make sure you're taken care of. You have my word." He left before Elara could respond. The door closed. Elara lay back on her bed, stared at the ceiling. Everything had changed tonight. She just didn't know how much yet. Elara didn't sleep. She lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying everything. The pool, Luke's terrified face, Nathaniel's eyes. You deserve more than what you get in this house. What did that even mean? At 5 in the morning, she gave up on sleep, got dressed, went to the kitchen. The party was over, but the mess remained. Hundreds of dirty glasses, plates stacked everywhere, champagne stains on the marble counters. She started cleaning. Her hands moved on autopilot. Wash, rinse, dry, repeat. 2 hours later, the other staff arrived. Maria, the older housekeeper, rushed over. "Elara, everyone's talking about what you did last night." "I just did what anyone would do." "Anyone wouldn't. You're a hero." Elara didn't feel like a hero. She felt tired. "Mrs. Buchanan wants to see you," Maria said quietly. "In her office. Now." Elara's stomach dropped. She dried her hands, walked through the mansion to Olivia's office. The door was open. Olivia sat behind her desk. Makeup perfect. Hair perfect. Everything perfect except her eyes. Those were cold. "Close the door," Elara did. "Sit." She sat. Olivia leaned back in her chair, studied Elara like she was a bug under glass. "You made quite the scene last night." "I was just trying to be the hero." Olivia smiled. It didn't reach her eyes. You saved my son. I suppose I should thank you." Silence. "But let's be clear about something." Olivia leaned forward. "What happened last night doesn't change anything. You're still the help. You still work for me. And you still do what I say." Elara's jaw tightened. "My husband seems to think you're special now. He's talking about giving you a bonus, a raise, moving you to a better position." Hope flickered in Elara's chest. I told him no. The hope died. "You don't get rewarded for doing what any decent person would do. You don't get special treatment because my son was careless enough to fall in a pool. He's 8 years old. Excuse me? Luke is 8. Kids fall. Kids make mistakes." Olivia's eyes narrowed. "Are you lecturing me on parenting?" "I'm just saying—" "You're saying nothing." Olivia stood, walked around the desk. "You forget your place, Elara. You've been here 8 years. 8 years of being invisible. And one little rescue doesn't change that." She stopped right in front of Elara's chair. "My husband feels guilty. That's all this is. Guilt. It'll pass. And when it does, you'll still be scrubbing my floors." Elara stood, met Olivia's eyes. "Is that all, Mrs. Buchanan?" Olivia smiled. "No, one more thing." She walked back to her desk, pulled out an envelope, handed it to Elara. "Your schedule for the week. I've added extra shifts, since you're so eager to help." Elara took the envelope. Her hands didn't shake. Not this time. "You're dismissed." Elara walked out, closed the door behind her. In the hallway, she leaned against the wall, opened the envelope. 14-hour shifts, every single day. No days off. Olivia was punishing her for saving her son. Footsteps approached. Nathaniel. "Elara, I've been looking for you." She quickly stuffed the envelope in her pocket. "I spoke to Olivia about your bonus. She already told me. There is no bonus." His face fell. "What?" "No, I specifically said, it doesn't matter." "Yes, it does." He moved closer. "You deserve— I need to get back to work." Elara started walking. "Wait." He grabbed her arm gently. She stopped, looked at his hand on her arm. He let go immediately. "I'm sorry," he said. "For my wife. For everything. You don't need to apologize for her. Someone should." They stood there. The mansion was quiet. Too quiet. "I meant what I said last night," Nathaniel continued. "You deserve better. Better doesn't exist for people like me." "It could." "In what world?" He didn't have an answer. Elara walked away, left him standing in the hallway. When she got back to the kitchen, Maria was waiting. "What did she say?" "Exactly what I expected." Maria shook her head. "That woman has ice in her veins." Elara pulled out the schedule. "Showed her?" Maria's eyes went wide. "She can't do this." "She can. She did. This is because of Nathaniel. She's jealous." "There's nothing to be jealous of." But even as Elara said it, she wasn't sure she believed it. 3 days passed. Elara worked 14 hours straight, every single day. Her feet ached. Her back screamed. She barely slept. Olivia made sure of it. "Elara, the guest bathroom needs cleaning." "Elara, polish the silverware again." "Elara, the windows have streaks." Every task was designed to break her. But Elara didn't break. She just worked. On the 4th day, she was in the kitchen at midnight, alone, washing the last of the dinner dishes. Her eyes kept closing. She was so tired she could barely stand. The kitchen door opened. She didn't turn around. Probably Maria checking on her. "You should be asleep." That wasn't Maria's voice. She turned. Nathaniel stood in the doorway, dress shirt untucked, tie loose. He looked exhausted, too. "So should you," Elara said. He walked in, leaned against the counter. Saw your schedule. How? I'm still the man of this house, even if my wife forgets that sometimes. Elara went back to washing dishes. 14-hour days, no breaks, no days off. His voice was tight, angry. This is abuse. This is my job. This is punishment. Same thing. No, it's not. Elara set down the dish she was holding, turned to face him. What do you want me to say? That it's unfair? That your wife is cruel? I already know that. Everyone knows that. Then why do you stay? Because I need the money. Because I don't have options. Because walking away means I don't eat. Nathaniel flinched like she'd slapped him. I changed your schedule, he said quietly. You did what? I went into Olivia's office, changed it back to normal hours, 8-hour shifts, 2 days off per week. Elara's heart pounded. She's going to be furious. Let her be furious. You don't understand. I understand perfectly. He stepped closer. My wife has been torturing you because I showed you basic human decency. That ends now. Nathaniel, I should have stopped her the night of the party, when she made you scrub that clean rug. I should have said something. Done something. His voice cracked. I've watched her treat you like garbage for years, and I did nothing. I stood by and let it happen because it was easier than fighting with her. Elara didn't know what to say. You saved my son's life, Nathaniel continued. You jumped into that pool without thinking twice. You risked everything for a kid who doesn't even know your last name. Lacey, Elara said softly. What? My last name? It's Lacey. Nathaniel stared at her. 8 years you've worked here, and I never asked your last name. Nobody ever does. Silence stretched between them. I'm sorry, Nathaniel said. For all of it. For my wife. For not standing up for you. For treating you like you're invisible. You didn't. Yes, I did. Maybe not as badly as Olivia, but I still did. He ran a hand through his hair. You deserve an apology. A real one. Elara's throat tightened. Nobody had ever apologized to her before. Not like this. I'm going to make this right, Nathaniel said. You can't. Watch me. The kitchen door slammed open. Olivia. She stood in the doorway, eyes blazing, face red. What the hell do you think you're doing? Nathaniel turned slowly. Having a conversation. With the help? At midnight? In my kitchen? Our kitchen, our house, our staff. Olivia's jaw clenched. Get out, Elara. She stays, Nathaniel said. Excuse me? I said she stays. We need to talk. All three of us. Olivia laughed, cold and sharp. You've lost your mind. Maybe. Or maybe I'm finally thinking clearly for the first time in years. Elara stood frozen. This was bad. This was really bad. You changed her schedule, Olivia said. Not a question. An accusation. Yes, without asking me. I don't need your permission to treat our employees like human beings. Olivia's eyes went to Elara. Pure hatred. This is your fault. Don't, Nathaniel warned. You jumped in that pool to get attention, to make yourself important. That's not... Elara started. You wanted my husband to notice you, and it worked. Congratulations. Olivia, stop, Nathaniel said. No, I won't stop. This girl, her name is Elara. I don't care what her name is. The kitchen went silent. Olivia was shaking. Nathaniel was stone-faced. Elara wanted to disappear. Pack your things, Olivia said to Elara. You're fired. You can't fire her, Nathaniel said. Olivia spun toward him. Watch me. I won't let you. You won't let me? Olivia laughed. This is my house, my staff, my decision. Actually, it's not. Nathaniel pulled out his phone, opened something, showed it to Olivia. Her face went pale. What is this? The employment contracts. I'm the one who signs them, not you. Every single employee in this house reports to me legally. Olivia's hands shook. You're bluffing. Call my lawyer if you don't believe me. Silence. Olivia's eyes went from Nathaniel to Elara. Back to Nathaniel. Fine, she can stay. Her voice was ice. But don't think this is over. She stormed out. The kitchen door slammed so hard the glasses rattled. Elara exhaled. She hadn't realized she was holding her breath. Thank you, she whispered. Nathaniel put his phone away. Don't thank me. I should have done that years ago. You just made an enemy of your wife. I did that the day I married her. He said it so quietly, Elara almost missed it. They stood there. The kitchen suddenly felt smaller. Why are you doing this? Elara asked. Because it's right. Nobody does things just because they're right. Not people like you. People like me? Rich. Powerful. You have everything. Why risk it for someone like me? Nathaniel stepped closer. Because when I saw you jump into that pool, I realized something. What? That you have more courage in your little finger than I've had in my entire life. Elara's breath caught. I've spent 15 years married to a woman I don't love, living in a house that feels like a prison, pretending everything is perfect when it's all rotting from the inside. His voice was raw, honest. And then you risk your life to save my son, without hesitation, without expecting anything in return. He shook his head. You're better than all of us. I'm just a housekeeper. No, you're not. He was so close now. Elara could see the exhaustion in his eyes, the weight he carried. You deserve better than this, he said softly. Better than Olivia's cruelty. Better than 14-hour shifts. Better than being invisible. And what are you going to do about it? The question hung in the air. Nathaniel reached out. His hand brushed her arm. Gentle. Careful. I don't know yet, but I'm going to figure it out. Elara's heart pounded. This was dangerous. Everything about this moment was dangerous. You should go, she said, before someone sees. I don't care if they see. You should. Why? Because I can't afford to lose this job, and you can't afford to lose your son. That stopped him. Olivia would use this against you, Elara continued. She'd take Luke. You know she would. Nathaniel's jaw clenched. You're right. He stepped back, put distance between them, but his eyes stayed locked on hers. This isn't over, he said. It has to be. No, it doesn't. A sound from the hallway made them both freeze. Footsteps. Small footsteps. The kitchen door opened. Luke stood there in his pajamas, 8 years old, messy hair, clutching a tablet. Dad? Nathaniel turned. Luke, what are you doing up? I heard yelling. Luke's eyes went to Elara. Hi, Miss Elara. Hi, Luke. I wanted to say thank you for saving me. Elara's throat tightened. You don't need to thank me. Mom said I didn't have to, but I wanted to. He walked over, held out his hand. Elara shook it. His hand was so small. You're really brave, Luke said. So are you. Luke smiled. Then he looked at his tablet. His face got serious. Dad, can I talk to you about something important? Nathaniel glanced at Elara, then back at Luke. Of course. Let's go to your room. Can Miss Elara come too? Luke, she needs to. Please? It's about what I heard. Something in his voice made both adults pause. What did you hear? Nathaniel asked carefully. Luke looked at Elara, then back at his dad. I heard Mom talking on the phone about Miss Elara. Elara's blood ran cold. What did she say? Nathaniel's voice was tight. Luke held up his tablet. I recorded it. Nathaniel stared at his son. You recorded your mother? Luke nodded. His hands gripped the tablet tighter. Show me. Luke looked at Elara. You should hear this too. The three of them sat at the kitchen table. Luke placed the tablet in the center. His finger hovered over the play button. When did you record this? Nathaniel asked. Yesterday. Mom was in her office. The door was open a little. I heard your name, Miss Elara. Elara's heart raced. Luke pressed play. Olivia's voice filled the kitchen. Sharp. Clear. I don't care how you do it. Just make sure it looks like an accident. Another voice. Male. Unfamiliar. What kind of accident? Use your imagination. A fall down the stairs. A problem with her car. Something that can't be traced back to me. Elara's hands went numb. This is about the housekeeper? The man asked. Yes. She's become a problem. My husband is protective of her. It needs to stop. How much are we talking? 50,000. Half now. Half when it's done. Consider it done. The recording ended. Silence. Nathaniel's face had gone completely white. When was this? His voice barely worked. Yesterday afternoon, Luke whispered, after you changed her schedule. Elara couldn't breathe. Olivia wanted her dead. Not fired. Not gone. Dead. Dad? Luke's voice was small, scared. Is Mom trying to hurt Miss Elara? Nathaniel didn't answer. He just sat there, staring at the tablet like it was a bomb. Nathaniel? Elara said quietly. He looked at her. His eyes were empty. Shocked. I knew she was cruel, he said. But this is murder, Elara finished. Luke started crying. I'm scared. Nathaniel pulled his son close. It's okay. You did the right thing. You're so brave. But his hands were shaking. We need to call the police, Elara said. No. What? Nathaniel stood up. Started pacing. If we call the police, Olivia will know Luke recorded her. She'll destroy the evidence, hire lawyers, bury this. So what do we do? I don't know. I need to think. You need to think. She hired someone to kill me. I know. Nathaniel's voice cracked. I know. And I'm going to stop it. I promise you. How? I don't know yet. Luke was still crying. The sound cut through everything. Elara knelt beside him. Hey, look at me. He looked up, tears on his cheeks. You saved my life tonight, she said gently. Just like I saved yours. We're even now. Luke nodded, wiped his eyes. Can you send me that recording? Nathaniel asked. Luke nodded again. His fingers moved across the tablet. Nathaniel's phone buzzed. Got it. What are you going to do? Elara asked. First, you're not staying in this house tonight. Where am I supposed to go? Hotel. I'll pay for it. Somewhere she can't find you. And then what? Then I confront her. That's insane. Maybe, but I'm not letting her hurt you. The kitchen door opened. All three of them jumped. Maria stood there, eyes wide. I heard voices. Is everything okay? Nathaniel and Elara exchanged looks. Maria, Nathaniel said carefully. How long have you worked here? 12 years. Why? Do you trust me? Maria looked confused. Of course. Good, because I need your help. 20 minutes later, Elara was in Maria's car, a bag of clothes thrown together, heading to a hotel across town. Maria drove in silence for a while. Then, what did Olivia do? Elara told her everything. Maria's hands tightened on the steering wheel. That woman is a demon. I know. You should run. Leave the city. Disappear. I can't. Why not? Because Nathaniel asked me to trust him, Elara thought. But she didn't say it out loud. They pulled up to the hotel. Small. Quiet. Nothing fancy. Stay here tonight, Maria said. Don't answer the door for anyone except Nathaniel or me. Okay? And Elara? Yeah? Be careful. Olivia Buchanan doesn't lose. Ever. Elara checked into the room. 3rd floor. Window facing the parking lot. She sat on the bed, stared at her phone. Should she run? Maria was right. Olivia was dangerous, powerful. But something stopped her. Nathaniel's eyes. The way he looked at her in the kitchen. The way he said, "I'm going to make this right." Her phone buzzed. Text from an unknown number. "It's Nathaniel. I'm going to talk to Olivia tonight. Whatever happens, don't come back to the house. Stay safe." Elara stared at the message. Then another text came through. "Thank you. For everything. For saving Luke. For being brave. For making me realize I've been a coward." She didn't know what to say back, so she just typed, "Don't do anything stupid." His response came immediately. Too late. Luke couldn't sleep. He lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. His tablet sat on the nightstand, the recording still on it. He'd made a copy, hidden it in 3 different places. His mom's email folder, the cloud, a secret file on his dad's computer. He was 8 years old, but he wasn't stupid. He'd been watching his parents for months, listening, learning. His mom was mean. He'd always known that. But this was different. This was evil. Luke grabbed his tablet, opened the voice memo app. He'd been recording things for weeks now, ever since the party, ever since he saw how his mom treated Miss Elara. He scrolled through the files. May 15th. Mom yelling at Miss Elara about a glass that wasn't dirty. May 18th. Mom on the phone talking about getting rid of the problem. May 22nd. Mom and someone named Richard talking about money. May 23rd. The recording about the accident. Luke had 7 recordings total, all of them about Miss Elara, all of them proof that his mom was planning something bad. He didn't understand everything, but he understood enough. His door opened quietly. Dad stepped in. "You're still awake." Luke sat up. "Did you talk to Mom?" Nathaniel closed the door, sat on the edge of the bed. "Not yet." "Why not?" "Because I needed to talk to you first." He put his hand on Luke's shoulder. "What you did tonight was incredibly brave, but it was also dangerous. I know. If your mother finds out you've been recording her, she won't. Luke, I made copies, lots of them. Even if she takes my tablet, she can't delete them all." Nathaniel stared at his son. "When did you get so smart?" "I've always been smart. You just never noticed." That hurt. Luke could see it on his dad's face. "You're right," Nathaniel said quietly. "I haven't been paying attention. To you. To what's happening in this house. I've been hiding. From Mom? From everything." Luke picked at his blanket. "Are you going to divorce her?" Nathaniel didn't answer right away. "I don't know. Maybe." "Good. She's mean." "She's your mother." "So? She's still mean." Luke looked up. "Miss Elara is nicer than Mom. And she's just the housekeeper." "Don't say just the housekeeper. She's a person. A good person." "I know. That's why I recorded Mom. I didn't want her to hurt Miss Elara." Nathaniel pulled Luke into a hug. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "Sorry you had to hear those things. Sorry you had to be the one to do something while I did nothing." Luke hugged him back. "It's okay, Dad." "No, it's not." They sat like that for a minute. Then Nathaniel pulled back. "I need you to promise me something." "What?" "If anything happens to me." "Dad, don't." "Listen. If anything happens, you go to Maria. You give her all the recordings, and you tell her to take you somewhere safe. Okay?" Luke's eyes filled with tears. "You're scaring me." I know, but I need you to promise. Okay, I promise. Nathaniel kissed his forehead. Get some sleep. Tomorrow is going to be a long day. He stood to leave. Dad? Yeah? Do you love Miss Elara? Nathaniel froze. Why would you ask that? Because you look at her different than how you look at Mom. Silence. I don't know, Nathaniel finally said, but I know she doesn't deserve to die for being kind to me. He left the room. Luke lay back down, but he didn't sleep. Instead, he opened his tablet, started a new recording, pressed the red button, and waited. An hour later, voices echoed from downstairs, his parents, arguing. Luke crept out of bed, tiptoed to the hallway. The tablet was still recording. You're defending her, Olivia's voice, loud, angry. I'm protecting her. From what? From you. Silence. Then Olivia's voice got quiet. Dangerous. What did you say? You heard me. I know what you're planning, Olivia. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't lie to me. I'm not lying. You're paranoid. Am I? Or are you just a monster? A crash. Something breaking. Luke flinched. Get out of my sight, Olivia hissed. This is my house, too. Not for long. Footsteps. Coming toward the stairs. Luke ran back to his room, dove into bed, hid the tablet under his pillow. His door opened. Mom stood there, backlit by the hallway light. Are you awake? Luke kept his eyes closed, breathed slow and steady. Olivia watched him for a long moment, then closed the door. Luke waited until her footsteps faded, then pulled out the tablet. The recording was still going. He had everything, every word, every threat. Tomorrow, he'd give it to his dad, and together, they'd stop her. The next morning started quiet. Too quiet. Elara woke up in the hotel room, sunlight cutting through cheap curtains. Her phone showed 6 missed calls, all from Nathaniel. She called back immediately. Are you okay? His voice was tight, stressed. I'm fine. What happened? We need to meet. Not at the house. Somewhere public. Why? What's wrong? Just meet me. Coffee shop on Main Street. 1 hour. He hung up. Elara got dressed fast. Her hands shook as she tied her shoes. Something was very wrong. She took an Uber to the coffee shop, arrived 10 minutes early. Nathaniel was already there, sitting in the back corner, baseball cap pulled low, sunglasses on. He looked like he hadn't slept. Elara sat down across from him. What happened? Nathaniel slid his phone across the table. A news article on the screen. The headline made her stomach drop. Buchanan Enterprises under investigation for fraud. What is this? Elara whispered. Olivia's revenge. She filed a report this morning. Claims I've been embezzling from the company. That's insane. It's also a lie. But she has fake documents, fake emails. She's been planning this. How long? Months? Maybe years. Nathaniel rubbed his face. She knew I'd eventually stand up to her, so she prepared. What does this mean? It means the board is investigating me. The SEC might get involved. If they find me guilty, even if the evidence is fake, I could lose everything. The company, my money, Luke. Elara's blood ran cold. She's using Luke as leverage. She already is. Her lawyer called this morning. Said if I pursue any legal action against her, she'll make sure I never see my son again. She can't do that. She can, and she will. Nathaniel's voice broke. She's going to win, Elara. She always wins. No? What? We're not giving up. You don't understand. I understand perfectly. She's a bully, and bullies only win when people are too scared to fight back. Nathaniel stared at her. Luke has recordings, Elara continued. Proof of what she's planning. We use that. If we go public with those recordings, Olivia will know Luke was the one who made them. So we protect him. How? We get him out of that house. Today. Right now. Nathaniel's eyes widened. You're talking about kidnapping my own son. I'm talking about keeping him safe. Silence. Nathaniel's phone buzzed. He looked at it. His face went pale. What? He showed her the text. From Olivia. I know you're with her. Come home now, or you'll regret it. Below the text was a photo. Luke, sitting at the breakfast table. Olivia's hand on his shoulder. The message was clear. She's threatening him, Elara whispered. Nathaniel stood up. I have to go back. That's exactly what she wants. I don't have a choice. Yes, you do. You call the police. Show them the recordings. And then what? They investigate? That takes weeks, months. And in the meantime, Olivia has Luke. Elara grabbed his arm. So we move faster than her. How? Luke said he made copies of the recordings. Where are they? The cloud. My computer. I don't know where else. Then we download them. We send them to every news outlet in the city. We make this public before she can bury it. That'll destroy her. Good. She tried to have me killed. Nathaniel looked at her. Really looked at her. This will get ugly. It's already ugly. Olivia will come after you harder than ever. Let her try. Something shifted in Nathaniel's eyes. Determination replacing fear. Okay, let's do it. They left the coffee shop, got into Nathaniel's car. Where are we going? Elara asked. My office. I have copies of everything on my work computer. They drove in silence. 10 minutes later, they pulled up to Buchanan Enterprises, a glass tower downtown. Nathaniel's hands gripped the steering wheel. This is it. Once we do this, there's no going back. I know. They got out of the car, walked through the lobby. Security nodded at Nathaniel, took the elevator to the 15th floor. Nathaniel's office was massive. Floor-to-ceiling windows. Mahogany desk. Awards on the walls. He went straight to his computer, started typing. How long will this take? Elara asked. 5 minutes, maybe less. The computer screen filled with files, audio recordings, emails, documents, everything they needed to bury Olivia. Nathaniel's fingers flew across the keyboard. Then the office door opened. Both of them spun around. Olivia stood there, smiling. Going somewhere, darling. How did you know we were here? Nathaniel's voice was ice. Olivia walked into the office, heels clicking. She held up her phone. I track your car, sweetheart. Have been for years. She looked at Elara, smiled wider. And you? Still alive. What a shame. Get out, Nathaniel said. This is my company, too. I'll go where I please. Olivia moved closer to the desk, saw the computer screen. Her smile vanished. What are you doing? Nathaniel stepped in front of the monitor. Nothing that concerns you. Everything you do concerns me. We're married. Not for long. Olivia's face twisted. You're choosing her over me? Over your family? You're not my family. You're a prison. Olivia's hand shot out. She grabbed a glass paperweight from the desk, threw it at the computer. The screen shattered. Elara screamed. Nathaniel grabbed Olivia's wrist. Are you insane? You're trying to destroy me. You tried to have her killed. She deserves it. She turned you against me. I was never with you. Olivia ripped her arm free. Her chest heaved, makeup starting to run. I gave you everything. My youth. My beauty. 15 years of my life. You gave me nothing but misery. Olivia slapped him. The sound echoed through the office. Nathaniel didn't move, just stared at her. Feel better? he asked quietly. Olivia's hand trembled. I want her gone. Out of our lives. Today. No. Then I'm taking Luke, and you'll never see him again. You won't. Watch me. She turned to leave. I have the recordings, Nathaniel said. Olivia stopped. What recordings? You, on the phone, hiring someone to kill Elara. Olivia turned slowly. You're bluffing. Am I? Fear flickered across her face. Just for a second. Where did you get that? Doesn't matter. What matters is, I have it. And if you try to take Luke, I'll release it to every news station in the country. Olivia's jaw clenched. That's illegal. You can't record someone without their consent. You hired a hitman. I don't think legality is your strong suit. Silence. Give me the recording, Olivia said. No. Give it to me, or I'll... Nathaniel's phone rang. He looked at the screen. Answered immediately. Maria? What's wrong? Elara couldn't hear the other side, but she saw Nathaniel's face go white. When? How long ago? His hand started shaking. Call 911. Now. I'm on my way. He hung up, looked at Olivia. What did you do? What are you talking about? Luke, he's at the pool. He's not breathing. Elara's heart stopped. I didn't... Olivia stammered. I was here with you. Nathaniel ran. Elara ran after him. Behind them, Olivia's voice. Wait, I didn't do anything. They took the stairs. 15 flights. Elara's lungs burned, but she didn't slow down. They burst through the lobby, sprinted to the car. Nathaniel drove like a madman, running red lights, swerving through traffic. Elara held on to the dashboard. How long since Maria called? 3 minutes. He can survive 3 minutes. Not if he's not breathing. They pulled up to the mansion. Tires screeching. Ran inside. The pool area was chaos. Maria was doing chest compressions on Luke's small body. His lips were blue. No, no, no. Nathaniel dropped to his knees beside his son. He was floating face down, Maria sobbed. I pulled him out, but he's not breathing. Move. Elara pushed past them. She'd taken CPR classes years ago. Working at the mansion required it. She tilted Luke's head back, checked his airway, started compressions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe. Nothing. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe. Luke's chest rose slightly. Come on, Elara whispered. Come on, Luke. Breathe. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe. Luke coughed. Water spilled from his mouth. He gasped, eyes flying open. Luke! Nathaniel grabbed his son, held him tight. Luke coughed again. More water. Then air. Beautiful, precious air. Dad? His voice was tiny. I'm here. I'm right here. Sirens wailed in the distance. Elara sat back, her whole body shaking, covered in pool water again. Twice. She'd saved him twice. The ambulance arrived. Paramedics rushed in, checked Luke's vitals. He's stable, but we need to take him to the hospital. Make sure there's no secondary drowning. They loaded Luke onto a stretcher. Nathaniel climbed into the ambulance with him, looked back at Elara. Thank you, he mouthed. The doors closed. The ambulance drove away. Elara stood there. Dripping, exhausted. Maria put an arm around her. You saved him again. How did this happen? I don't know. I was inside for 5 minutes. When I came back, he was in the pool. He knows how to swim. I know. A car pulled up. Olivia got out, ran toward them. Where's Luke? Is he okay? He almost died, Maria said coldly. Olivia's face crumpled. What? No. I was at the office. Someone pushed him. Everyone froze. What? Olivia whispered. Maria pointed at the pool deck. Luke's tablet was there. Screen cracked. but still recording. Maria picked up the tablet carefully. The screen was cracked, but the red recording light still blinked. He was recording, Maria said, before he went in the water. Elara's hands went cold. Play it. Maria pressed the screen. Luke's voice came through first. Young, scared. I'm hiding by the pool house. Mom's on the phone again. She sounds really mad. Rustling sounds. Luke moving closer. Then Olivia's voice. Crystal clear. I told you to handle it. Not my son. Her. A man's voice. The same one from before. The kid saw me. Started asking questions. I panicked. So you tried to drown him? I tried to scare him. Make it look like an accident. 2 birds, 1 stone. You idiot. That's my son. You said to make it look natural. Not with Luke, with the housekeeper. Silence on the recording. Then splashing. Luke's scream cut short. The sound of water. Then nothing. The recording stopped. Elara felt sick. Olivia stood frozen, face white as paper. That's not... I didn't know he was going to. You hired someone to kill me, Elara said. Her voice shook. And he almost killed your son instead. I never told him to hurt Luke. But you told him to hurt me. Maria was already dialing. I'm calling the police. Wait. Olivia reached for the phone. Don't touch me. Maria stepped back. You're a monster. I'm his mother. You're nothing. Police sirens echoed in the distance. Olivia looked at Elara, at Maria, at the tablet. This isn't what it looks like. It's exactly what it looks like, Elara said. Olivia's face changed. The mask dropped completely. No more fake smiles. No more charm. Just pure rage. You ruined everything, she hissed at Elara. You were nothing, a servant, and you destroyed my entire life. I saved your son. Twice. I wish you hadn't. The words hung in the air like poison. Maria gasped. You don't mean that. Don't I? Olivia laughed. Cold and broken. Luke was leverage. That's all he ever was. A way to keep Nathaniel in line. Keep the money flowing. You're sick, Elara whispered. I'm practical. Something you'd never understand. 2 police cars pulled up. Officers got out. Walked toward them. Olivia straightened her dress. Fixed her hair. The mask slid back on. Officers, thank goodness you're here. There's been a terrible misunderstanding. Ma'am, we got a call about an attempted murder. Attempted murder? That's absurd. My son had an accident. We have a recording, Maria said. She held up the tablet. The officer took it. Listened. His expression hardened. Olivia Buchanan? Yes? You're under arrest. What? No. You don't understand. You have the right to remain silent. They put handcuffs on her. Olivia fought, screamed. This is ridiculous. I'm Olivia Buchanan. You can't do this to me. Anything you say can and will be used against you. I'll sue all of you. I'll destroy you. They put her in the back of the police car. She was still screaming as they drove away. Elara stood there, unable to move. It was over. Actually, over. Maria hugged her tight. You're safe now. Elara started crying. She couldn't help it. All the fear, all the stress, all the nights wondering if Olivia would actually kill her. It poured out. I need to get to the hospital, she said through tears. Luke, I need to make sure he's okay. I'll drive you. They got in Maria's car. The hospital was 20 minutes away. When they arrived, Nathaniel was in the waiting room, head in his hands. He looked up when Elara walked in, stood immediately. Is he okay? She asked. He's going to be fine. They're keeping him overnight for observation, but... His voice broke. He's alive because of you. The recording? I know. The police called. But the story doesn't end here. In fact, the most heartbreaking part is still to come. Subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss part 2. Because what she did next, nobody saw it coming. I'd hate for you to never find out.